Have you used the Eisenhower matrix or thought about using it to improve your productivity, your prioritization, and decision making? If so, I've got a great interview for you coming up, along with how to use this app that you can see in the background, which is Zendo.cc. This is fantastic. I talked to Peter, the creator, about this app, how he made it, how he uses it, and why, and well as a great overview. So we're going to jump right into this and get started. If you have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them on the video and I will get back to you. All right, let's go. All right, I'm Adam with Productivity Academy, and as promised, we're going to get into it talking about the Eisenhower matrix, talking with Peter about his app, how he uses it, and why. And to be honest, I think that's just a great place to get started. So, Peter, if you can, just explain a little bit about the background, who you are, why you started using this, and anything around that as you want, and then we'll kind of get into the app and some more background on this.
So I've been working as a product manager for the last 10 years. I am also a designer. And naturally, with this kind of role, you have lots of tasks and lots of things to deal with on a daily basis. And to add to that, I also have ADHD. So I started using a lot of productivity tools. I used the Notes apps. I used Microsoft To Do, Wunderlist, as it was called at the time, Todoist, AnyDo. So I've been trying a lot of productivity tools. I'm a big fan of some of them. They really worked for me. But one day I opened one of them and realized I had 113 overdue tasks. This left me with a lot of anxiety. I didn't know where to start from, and I knew that I needed something better. I always heard about the Eisenhower matrix. I always knew about it after reading the book, The Seven Habits of Successful People. But there was a turning point when I started implementing it every day on my tasks. And I realized if I just focused on the most urgent and the most important, I could get through the day not worrying about all my to-dos and just be happier and have a healthier mindset because I worked on the most important and most urgent stuff. So it inspired me to build something for other people that have this kind of experience where prioritization is at the core.
Cool. Thanks, Peter. And I think probably the most natural next spot to go to would be showing a little bit about the app. If you can kind of walk people through using this, what it looks like, what it does, and then we'll just kind of go from there.
All right, so this is Zendo. I'm gonna write three tasks down. I'm gonna say do laundry, send client invoice, have one-on-one meeting with manager. Okay. Work on personal project. So these are four tasks I have to get done today. I just wrote them down, the unsorted tasks, and then prioritization is at the core of Zendo. So what's gonna happen here is I can move this around the board. I can say sending the client invoice is quite urgent. And once you put something here as urgent, even if I put this one here, it kind of replicates the sticky notes principle. So if I go into a different tab, it's still there and you can just choose to close it if you want. So that's a really good feature for people that are easily distracted. Your most urgent task is like a sticky note that follows you everywhere so you don't forget it. Another thing I really like is focus mode. So if I just click this, I can just see on my screen that this is the main thing I need to do, send the client the invoice, and you can also see it in the tab name. So if you're working on something else, you know that this is your most urgent task and what is currently in focus mode. Another another principle in Zendo is breaking tasks down. So you want to break down tasks to give you an idea on where to start. For other people, if you see send the client an invoice, It's pretty straightforward that you know what to do. But for people with ADHD, we need to think about where do I start with this task and how can I break it down. There's AI tools integrated in it, or you can just break it down yourself. I personally love breaking things down with AI. It's not 100% accurate, it does need a lot of context, but as you can see, it really helps you know where to start. And it's very good for accountability and time management. Another thing that we've implemented is a sort of calendar feature. So if I say call parents by 10 p.m., yeah, it puts the date and the time, and then if you go to your calendar view, you can see this on your calendar. The calendar view is something that we are currently working on, but you'll be able to see all your tasks on the calendar. It also has lots of different options here. You could export as a PDF, you could copy tasks, you could also get AI suggestions based on what you have on the board, what to prioritize next. So the core principle of Zendo is prioritization. Not all tasks are created equal, so you want to make sure that you break things down and assign priority to them. You also get this animation once you complete tasks, which is really good for positive reinforcement. So that's to summarize the features of Zendo. My top three favorite features are the prioritization, putting things on the different quadrants and ranking them. I also like the focus mode, which works on the principle that you can only focus on one thing at a time. So once I go into focus mode, I know this is all I need to think about. It's super useful. And the last thing I really like is the breakdown with AI feature. It really helps me know where to start.
Awesome. Thanks for the overview. This for me at least is an app. I haven't really seen something exactly like this, and I think that the prioritization is really important. And I'm curious about just how you think about this in terms of being important for the app and other things. If you can just go into a little bit more detail about that.
So the core principle of Zendo is prioritization. I believe, and a lot of other people in the community believe, that not all tasks are created equal. So you can start with an unsorted list, but the next thing you need to do is actually sort by quadrants, by the four quadrants, and prioritize these tasks in the four quadrants. Before you set a timeline, before you do anything with the task, you need to decide with every task, is this urgent? Is this important? Can I delegate this? So the core principle, which other apps do not promote, is the Eisenhower matrix, the prioritization of tasks. That's what separates Zendo from any other task management tool out there. For someone unfamiliar with the Eisenhower matrix or productivity tools in general, what would be your advice on getting started? I would always say, think about the end of your day. What would you be happy that you got done and why? So if pushing your bit, working on your business or spending quality time with family is important to you, then you want to write this down and make sure it gets done. We live in a very distracted world where a lot of things are calling for your attention. So I would say the first thing you should do is just think about the end of your day, what will make you happy, and reverse engineer from that. And I'll give the Eisenhower matrix a try. Just focus on what is most urgent and what's most important and start from there, going down your list of tasks. And also, I'm a firm believer of things down. Our brains are good for coming up with ideas, but they're not the best storage tool. So write things down, write everything that you have to do down. You can break it down with AI, you can use Zendo, or you can try breaking things down a lot. It really helps me. And my general advice is just think about the end of your day and reverse engineer.
Cool. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate you sharing with myself and everybody else about this. I think that this is a really cool app. And if you're watching and you're still not super familiar with the Eisenhower matrix, you can click on the link above. I'll also put it in the description down below. That's a little bit more of a simple overview of what exactly the Eisenhower matrix is. but I think it could be a great tool for prioritization, especially. And then the way Peter has built this out, this could become kind of your task manager on top of prioritization. So really cool. Highly recommend giving it a shot and incorporating it into your routine if this is something that will help you. Like everything, we need to make sure that it's actually going to fit us, but give it a shot, see if it works. If it does, great. If not, that's okay too. If you have any questions, comments about this, leave it below and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching.